Okay, hello, you guys. Let's see how I sound. It's kind of chaotic out here. We're just gonna have to live with it. Let's see how I sound. It's kind of chaotic out here. We're just gonna have to live with it. Okay, we good? Okay, we good? I think we're still connected. Hello, mic check 1 2. Okay, we good? Hello. Okay, we good? I think we're still connected. Mic check 1 2. Okay, I think that's better. We gotta do this. We gotta start this. Okay. What is this garbage? Get out of here. So we have the top. We're building a list here. The top 25 360 games of all time. I'm your host, Blake Stone, or Gabe Stone, or whatever you want to call me. And go away. See how much space we really need. I think that's about. That might be about right. Yeah, I can make this. It's good enough. Okay, guys. Let's make this list. So, oh well, dadgummit, we're gonna have to shrink me down a bit. Which is not something I wanted to do. Fuck. This is chaos. Alright, let's move me up here. Okay, good enough. So, new window. Let's get rid of all that. 360 game rankings by Blake Stone. And we're going to... God, why is this? What is WordPad? Is that... Yeah, WordPad is better than Notepad. Right, WordPad 360 game list. We're gonna make this a lot bigger. We're gonna make this size 20 font. Okay. Just not something I wanted to do. Okay. I apologize, but well, let me see. Let's see if I can just go squish this down a little bit. Just not something I wanted to do. I apologize, but let's see if I can just go switch this down a little bit. You know, so I apologize, but let's see if I can just go. All right. Switch this down a little bit. You know, so that's good enough. That's good enough. Let's get started. So, a lot of these games, I'm just gonna like blast through, but let's do what we gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do first. You know why we're all here. Oh, damn it, you know. I always forget something. Well, this sucks, but we're gonna have to use a crappy... Molly! We're gonna have to use a crappy toothpick for this. Apologize, folks. Apologize. So, let's hope this toothpick isn't too gnarly. Oh, God. This bowl is gnarly as hell. By the way, cookie tins make good ashtrays if you ever need a good ashtray. Alright, so what are we working with here? What are we working with? Oh shit, well, guess we're gonna have to smoke all of this tonight. Let's see if we can point this downward. I should see who's actually in the chat. See if we have anybody actually watching this. Hello in the chat. Share this with your friends. So, I'm a big fan of the Xbox 360. The only knock on the 360, well, the two knocks on the 360 was obviously the red ring. We don't really need to go over all that. If you don't know about the red ring of death, well, we'll summarize it. Basically, 100% of the 360s that were made, at least of a certain time, manufacturing date, they all died. They all took a big dump. They didn't make it. So Microsoft actually had to spend a lot of money to recover from all that, and it was not good for them. And it was not good for the gamers. It wasn't good for anyone. That was a big fucking problem. And like, you know, that console generation, you know, it went on for a long time. It went on for maybe too long. And you know, one might say games start to look like hell when you drag on a generation like that. Like, some people just didn't see it. Like, didn't understand how grainy it was because they never played games on a PC. But it was, man, it was pretty bad. It was pretty doggone bad. Awesome. Not only do I have one good lighter, but I have two good lighters. Awesome. Alright, y'all. Ooh. So. Zero-day attack on Earth. What is zero-day attack on Earth? So we'll just do it. We'll just do it right here. Oh my god. Maybe I shouldn't go to YouTube and get in trouble, but zero-day attack on Earth looks like some kind of top-down shmup. Yep, it's a shmup. Damn, this game actually looks tight. Look up Zero-Day Attack on Earth, folks. This game looks really awesome. I have a hard time putting games on my list that, like, I haven't really played, but this looks good. I kind of wish I had played this. I haven't really been a big fan of shmups since olden days. I feel like other shooters kind of filled that void. Zero Gravity, whatever, don't know. 007 Legends was a game that I don't think I played. I wanted to play, just never played. Don't know nothing about it. Did I even play 007 Legends? I don't think I did. Let's just skip that one. Quantum of Solace, man. Quantum of Solace was fantastic. That was a really good game. I'm just gonna make this good and big. So, was a big fan of Quantum of Solace. It had a good multiplayer. It was developed by Treyarch, which I just learned as I was making this video. And it felt like a good Call of Duty game. And you had, like, perks. You know, I can't remember much about the details of the perks, but, like, it was like Call of Duty, but just different enough to not feel completely like Call of Duty. And the shooting was great. The gun mechanics were great. I think I beat that single player. I really thought it was good. So 007. I think I played that game right when I moved into my first apartment. And I was sitting on the floor playing that fucking game on my tube TV. God damn, those were the days. I had like an HD tube CRT word pad. So 007 Legend. Oh fuck me. 007 Quantum of Solace. Oops. There's a bug on my neck. 007 Quantum of Solace is on the list. Where it will remain, if it will remain, I do not know. And you can read with, if you want to scroll through on your own, this is Wikipedia here. I'm just gonna 1942 Joint Strike. I didn't play, but a lot of love for 1942. 3D Ultra Mini Golf Adventures. I don't know if I played 2. I was not aware they made a 2. When did that come out? I wonder. 2010. I might have been out of the loop by then. I think Gears 3 was the... I am immediately putting 3D Ultra Mini Golf. Oops. 3D Ultra Mini... I can't type here. Adventures. I can't remember which one I played. But if this is the game I'm thinking of... Yeah, this is 3D Ultra Mini Golf Adventures. I love this fucking game. It's not perfect, but it's, you know, you have various weird mini golf courses. I think there's like a Wild West one and an outer space one with zero gravity. Let me see if I can remember. I remember just a lot of the courses were what you would expect in a mini golf course. Let me see. Yeah, I remember there being like a whole bunch of Wild West levels. Because I think these courses would maintain a theme. But yeah, what can I say? It was just a good mini golf game. And you could play with your friends. And I will say sometimes it would get fucking aggravating. Because it wasn't always perfect, really knowing where you were going with your hit. Like, you could hit the ball too hard. And, like, if you're on that 0G level, it could be a real problem. If you're in outer space and your ball won't stop going around the planet. My brother would get very upset. Jared, the Gaming Dragon, or whatever his name is these days on YouTube. I forget what it is. Jarek Gaming, or whatever the fuck. Jarek. But yeah, 3D Ultra Mini Golf was a lot of fun. If you have a way to play that game, I recommend it. It's a game they should bring. I don't know if you can download it on a modern console, but you really should be able to. Because I really want to go back to playing mini golf with my friends and watching my brother really get upset. Like, there were a few, you know, my brother wasn't exactly a rager, but, like, you know, any game can piss you off. And you know, I was raised on really, really, really hard NES games. And I was a little bit older than him. But I can't judge, because we raged at games all the time. And this was a game that he got pissed off with. Because he kept hitting the ball just a little too hard and sending it out into outer space. And, like, the third time, it really bends you out of shape. Where's my, here it is. Did not play 50 Cent Blood on the Sands. Always kind of wanted to. Big 50 Cent fan here. Didn't play any of this. I just got to make sure not to miss anything. The Ace Combat games, it just feels like you're shooting at a bunch of green bars, a bunch of green health bars. The Adventures of Shuggy, I don't know what that is. Didn't play Age of Booty. No Air Conflict. Didn't play Alan Wake. Oh, we got to put Alan Wake on this list. Not, you know, I mean, the storytelling was really interesting. I felt like it had a hell of a cliffhanger. But, oops, I also feel like it had some unique game mechanics. So it was like Halo, where you'd kind of use the flashlight to knock down the ghostiness off these ghosts. I don't know, their shield. They would have like a shield you'd have to work through, and then you could pop them with your gun. So it's just like Halo, except on Halo, you just use more bullets. On Alan Wake, you use your flashlight to fucking, you know, and you're a writer, and you're writing the story, and it's got the Stephen King vibe to it, and you're going through the woods, and on certain levels. The only thing about the combat is I feel like there was once or twice where they really nailed a good, like, map, a good level for Molly. Stay, Molly. God, where they would really nail a good level. I remember one year, like, on a staircase up on a library. There's like 3 staircases, 2 going off to your left, 1 down the middle. Molly! This dog. And you would have to throw out flares to keep these ghosts slowed down. And it was like a little bit of a combat puzzle there. The game just didn't do enough of that. Bear with me, my dog just ran off. Stay up here, Molly. But, like, the storytelling and the vibe of the game and the atmosphere, because I'm from the Pacific Northwest where the game kind of takes place. So, just can't say enough good things about Alan Wake. Will it maintain on this list? I do not know. But this is one of those games that identified the console. In my opinion. Will it stay? We'll see. Alan Wake's American Nightmare, no, but I did appreciate like a game just kind of like focusing on the combat and giving you a bunch more guns. Oh, the Alien Breed games are cool, but I didn't really get into enough of them to get into it. Alice Madness Returns, I just wanted to like that game and never really stuck with it. I got to it too late. Alien Hominid HD absolutely makes the list. Alien Hominid HD was originally... It was just called Alien Hominid, and you would... These are not really in order yet. Alien Hominid HD was a 2D side-scroller that started out on PC, and I think you would just play solo. I don't remember if it was co-op there. It was like a Flash game. You could go on some fucking ghetto website, and you know, you play it there, and it was a lot of fun. It was fucking hard. It was one of the hardest games I played, and I think I used a turbo controller and a buddy to beat that game. You needed a buddy to beat that game. It just was so hard, but it was so good. You had a handful of moves. You could jump on the backs of your enemies and fight their heads off because you're this weird alien. You could, I'm trying to remember. You'd stand up and shoot, crouch and shoot. They had grenades. There was like laser grenades, fire grenades, ice grenades, freeze the guys. Fire grenades that burn the guys, of course. Just a hell of a side-scrolling shooter for you and your buddy to play. They fortunately have re-released this game on everything, so they're keeping their shit together. Come here, Molly. Come here. Come here, Molly. What a great game, though. I can't recommend it enough. I'm going to have to plug this in sooner or later. Might as well do it now. Alien Hominid HD, folks. You got to play it, man. If you got a 360 around, or an Xbox, or some modern console, a PC, you can play it there, probably. What a fantastic game. Hard as hell. Expect to be mad. Expect to be challenged. Fuck. trying to remember where to plug this. Oh, it plugs in here. I remember now. So yeah, I love Alien Hominid HD. It has bright, colorful graphics, a really cool art style, even though it's like a kid drew the shit. You like, I remember there's like CIA enemies and military style enemies, and yeah. And feel free to, I would be looking up games and showing videos of these games and showing them to you. I just don't want to get in trouble. You can't do nothing with YouTube without getting in trouble. So I'm just going to play it safe. So yeah. Love Alien Hominid. Did not play Alien Rage. Just gonna... Aliens Colonial Marines. This was the... Alien vs. Predator was the good one. So we'll put Alien vs. Predator on this list. So AVP was a game where you could play as the alien, you could play as the Marine, and you could play as the Predator. Now, I'm going to put it on this list, and I only played as the Marine. Just shooting aliens like crazy, and really, there's not much to say about the game, except for it does that. It does the alien, the Marine shooting the alien things fantastically, and I saw people playing as the alien, climbing up on walls, and it's like a stealth game that way. What a fantastic video game. I strongly recommend it. People, I don't know, just kind of like, people liked it, but it's not really a game that people talk about a lot these days, and I thought it was really good. And people hate the Alien games, and I'm just like, what the fuck do you want? Like, they complain about all these things. It's just like, what do you demand out of an Alien game? Just shooting aliens is all you need. All zombies must die. Didn't play that. Altered Beast classics. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna be careful what classics I deal with on this, because it's just not fair if like one of the best games of all time is a classic. It's like, unless it's like some game that was wildly popular on the 360, even though it was old. Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't remember anything about those. I remember the Amazing Spider-Man on the OG Xbox being pretty good, but we gotta be careful. All right. I did not play American McGee's Alice, though it looked good. Amped. I don't know about that. Maybe I should just use the page down button. Where's page down on this fucking laptop? Here it is. Alright. Apples to apples? What an... Oops. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. Let's go back. Okay. Aquazone. Army of Two! Oh. I think I'll put the 40th Day because it was just slightly better than the first one. Army of Two, the 40th Day. So, you would play co-op with your buddy in Army of Two. That's, of course, the general... It's self-explanatory. Oh, shit. Sorry about that, folks. And, so you would team up with your buddy and shoot bad guys. And I remember the gimmick was there was aggro, and you would do things like just shooting more would get you aggro. Just one teammate dumping on the enemy would get you aggro. Fancier guns would get you more aggro. If it was a gold gun, it would get more attention. And then as the enemies were aggroed, we would call it the angry. And we'd say I got the angry. When the enemies were angry at this guy, you would flank around and fuck up the enemy. And it was just kind of a gimmick that went throughout the game. And you would like do things like push buttons on each side of the door with one player on one side, the other player on the other, and you'd lift the door, and then your buddy would crawl underneath, and he would hold the door, and you'd roll underneath. I felt like the first game was good, nothing amazing but good, and then it got better with the second one, a little bit better. I always felt like they were just really close to making a very good Army of Two game, and it just never happened. Oh yeah, they made the Devil's Cartel. If I played that game, I have no recollection of it, so we're just going to ignore it, because I forgot all about it. So yeah, I don't know if that game's going to stay on the list. Good game, though. Another game. If you got a buddy to play a game with, I recommend it. Assassin's Creed, I don't know, man. That game, I'll say something about Assassin's Creed. The first one was kind of disappointing, and I just never got around to playing 2, and everyone said 2 was very good. By the time I got around to playing 4, it just wasn't, like, novel anymore. So I never latched onto it, but it had a good cinematic look to it. It was fun climbing around. Assault Heroes! Let's put Assault Heroes 2. Some of these games, like, I just default to the second one because they're kind of similar, and the second one's got a few things that the first game doesn't. It was a game where you would play as cars with guns attached to them, and you drive around and shoot enemies, and it was like a top-down shmup, right? Like 1942 or any of those old school shmups. Fantastic game to play with a buddy. Just, I don't know what else to say. Just shooting shit with a buddy from the top down, and it just does things right. I can't remember much of the detail, but fantastic video game to play with a friend. Gotta love Asteroids, but I didn't really fuck with it. People love Asura's Wrath, but I never played it, sadly. I think I own it and never got around to it. Never cared about Avatar, because I'm an adult. The Last Airbender, I mean, not the blue people. Awesome Knots. What was that? Yeah, Awesome Knots was a fun game I played on the PC. It's like a side-scrolling co-op game. I thought that game was fun. The gameplay was a little meh, but the general ideas of this video game sport were solid. Recommend that game. I'm not going to put it on my list, though. Can we go, like, oops, yeah, let's make this a little bigger. There we go. I thought I heard a cat. People really liked Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I didn't fuck with that. Where is it? It's not on this list. Oh, wait. Molly, stop. I thought that Banjo-Kazooie was on here. Wow, this list is all kinds of fucked up. Because I remember people liked that game. I didn't play that game, but I remember people liking that. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, we'll scroll back up then. Awesome Knots, we addressed that. Band of Bugs, I don't know what the fuck that is. Backyard Billiards I never played, but I remember it was on the marketplace. I saw something that caught my eye. Bastion was really good. It's got to go on this list. It was like a Diablo style camera angle, right? Top down, three-quarter from the corner camera. You'd have two weapons, and I think one was a projectile, one was like a sword kind of thing. Had a good narrator, told a good story. Supergiant Games is a great company. Fantastic game. Can't recommend it enough. It was one of the Summer of Arcade games. Good game. Good game, really liked it. Batman Arkham Asylum. I really like that game, but I don't think it's going to make my list. I didn't beat it. I found it, I just don't have a lot of patience for stealth. The moment I saw guys with guns and they shot the fuck out of me, I was like, I don't think I'm playing this ever again. And I didn't. So I really have respect for Arkham Asylum. That three-dimensional combat was fantastic. They really nailed it. I really liked it. I just didn't beat it and didn't get... I could have gotten farther, but didn't. So I just would feel guilty putting it on this list. Let's look at this, the chat. I get distracted, guys. Okay. We're still rolling. No one's here, but that's fine. We're documenting. We're documenting. Battlefield. Battlefield 4 was really good. Did I play that on the 360? I remember playing that on Xbox One. I don't have any memory of playing that. But Battlefield Bad Company 2 has to go on this list. Battlefield Bad Company 2. Because it had smaller maps. It was not exactly COD. Come here, Molly. Come here. Come here. Come here. It was not exactly COD with the small maps, but much smaller than the other Battlefield games, and they continue to make games that don't give you a lot of options for smaller maps. and they've made 3 stinkers in a row, 3 bad Battlefield games in a row recently, but Bad Company 2 is easily my favorite game of the whole franchise. It just had a little bit more attitude. It was just a little faster, a little bit more edgy. Had a good single player, all the levels, gave you all kinds of different branching paths to take the enemy on, and it was hard. It didn't play at all. Fantastic shooter. Recommend Battlefield Bad Company 2. Online and offline, what a great game. Always loved Devil May Cry, but never got into Bayonetta. Molly, what? You want to go inside? Oh, the dog is high maintenance. So let's see. Where are we? God damn, I love the 360. I miss this goddamn console so fucking much. Beautiful Katamari's going on this list. Beautiful. In these Katamari games, you roll shit into a ball. You grab. So in the beginning, you start small. You're rolling with thumbtacks and little let's say like dominoes, bullshit you'd find on the floor in your home. You're rolling it up. And as you progress through the game, you get bigger and bigger and bigger. And towards the end of the game, you're grabbing mountains and skyscrapers and continents, and people are losing their minds as they're getting consumed by this ball. It is a weird Japanese game. The only real knock against it is the control and the challenge are not welcome as a joined thing. It does not play with it doesn't play like a modern shooter where one stick, kind of looks around and the other one like sidesteps, and it's hard to explain when I'm not playing the game, but it's like tank controls. It's really hard to navigate, and it can really slow you down while you're working against the clock because every level has a time crunch. You have a timer, and maybe you can do free play when you beat the game, but they really don't want you to just jump in and fuck around. It's that kind of is working against it. But I still love the Katamari series. These games are so weird and awesome. I recommend it. They look great in HD. What can I say? B-movie game. Didn't fuck with that. Beowulf. I think that was rated poorly. Never played Beyond Good and Evil. Sorry. People like the bigs. Bionic Commando! Oh man, this game may not last. Oh, where'd it go? Oh. I wish I had autofill. Bionic Commando was a side-scroller where you could shoot guys with, like little square pixel bullets, right? It wasn't like... They didn't feel like guns. You'd have a grappling hook, which you'd use to get over gaps and do these different maneuvers. It was a good game. It didn't have a jump button, so you'd grapple for everything, and that kind of bent people out of shape. Second game had that. It was one of those Xbox 360 arcade games, Xbox Live Arcade games. Summer of Arcade, I think. What a fantastic little game. Second one was good too, but I don't remember beating it. I liked it. They made a 3D one as well. Oh wait, Rearmed is the one that was good. The other one was a polygonal game that I didn't play. Yeah. Why is Rearmed not on here? Oh, there it is, yeah. And, okay. we're gonna. I liked Bionic Commando Rearmed 2 a lot. BioShock's got to go on here. A game that I liked. It had like a open world feeling to it, but it was like a single player linear game. But it didn't feel linear because they gave you options to tackle the level, and you get special powers and new guns, and you upgrade all those powers and guns, and it's just real. It's got a lot of hooks, and it looked really good. Graphics were great. Gameplay was great. Fantastic game. Had a good story. I didn't get into BioShock Infinite. I beat it. Didn't really like it that much. First game's great. Didn't play the second. People say it's more of the same. Let's see. Blacklight Tango Down. We got to put that on this list. It wasn't a great game, but it was a 360 game that defined the game. It was like a $15 multiplayer game. It was on PC as well. It was just like almost like an old school style, smaller map, no bullshit shooter. And it wasn't perfect, but it definitely, they fulfilled their mission. The advertisement was fulfilled of it just being a simple, small map shooter. And it was fine. I thought the game was fine. It ran into troubles with games with Windows and stuff, but that's another story. You can Google that. I remember hearing interviews about it. I think I'm going to shut this video down soon, because I'm getting tired. How long have we been going here? I don't even know. Blur was a combat racing game that people seem to like, but I never played it, so I would feel bad for putting it on here. Blood Knights looked good, never played it. Always kind of wanted to. It's like a co-op Diablo kind of action game. Body and Brain Connection? What? Never played it. Never played Blue Dragon. That was like them trying to make a Japanese RPG, and it didn't really take. It was like a big, they wanted it to be a big deal. Bomberman Live was fun. Borderlands. We gotta put Borderlands 2 on this list. A game that, the first game I thought was too much just brown everything, brown dirt game. And it didn't have much atmosphere, and that made it feel kind of boring. Some people called it Boring Lands. Borderlands 2 gave you more variety with the levels. More guns, just more variety in general. The only knock against it was I played all the main story missions up until the point where I was underleveled, and then I had all these bad side quests I didn't want to do. And it's not great to play solo. We had no friends back then. So fine game. Really recommend Borderlands 2. Cel-shaded game. Okay, guys, I'm getting tired. We're gonna put a thumb in it right there. But thanks for watching. This is part 1. We've got let's go bookmark. I don't need a bookmark here. We'll just yeah, Borderlands 2 will be our bookmark. Fuck this. Love the 360. What a console. Did this freeze? Okay. Bookmark. Cool. Alright, guys. This is part 1. I don't know how many parts this will be. We're kind of blasting through this. I know it's a little bit daunting, to say the least. looking at all of these games, but there's so many I didn't play, so we're just kind of skipping dozens at a time. Maybe we can get a buddy on this. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm gonna try to find where I was. And by the way, if you like the video game content, because Xbox is dumb and they don't want you to stream in many places, they make me stream on Twitch. I am Real Blake Stone on Twitch. Real Blake Stone. Here I am. So find me there. We play video games there. I play video games there. Solo. Wham. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll keep doing this.